Sell me this pen. Today, I'm going to teach you how to sell anything to anyone, anytime. Now, when it comes to selling or closing, whether it's something commoditized or specialized in B2B, there are so many techniques. Today, I'm going to share with you 3 powerful secrets that you can use to sell anything to anyone. The very first secret is this. First, think about what you sell. Is it a commodity? Do you have a lot of competition? Do your prospects mix your product, service, or solution with the rest of the competition? If the answer is no, consider yourself lucky, and that means you should be closing like 100% of your prospects. Now, if you want to stand out in a noisy marketplace, number 1, understand this. B2B prospects do not buy purely based off of logic and ROI alone. I'm sure you heard before. People buy based on emotions and then justify it with logic. The truth is, this is whether you are selling to a consumer or even a complex B2B sales process. Because remember, at the core of it, whether it's B2C or B2B, it's still H2H, human to human. Let me give you a couple examples. Think about something you want in your life. It could be a new car, it could be a tropical vacation. It doesn't matter. I just want you to picture it. Once you can picture it, ask yourself, why do you want to buy it? Why that specific item, thing, or experience? Why? I want you to dig deep and go through all the layers. If you intentionally dig deep, I think you'll realize you're actually buying the emotion. Let's say it's a vacation. You could be buying that vacation to relax, recharge, and feel better. It could be to take your family somewhere to show you that you love them, to feel their love back. It could be an escape because you hate your job or your city. It could be because you want to take cool pictures and just post them and secretly make others envy you. These, at the core of it, are all emotional reasons. You're buying because of emotion, and then you justify it with logic. Here's another example. I had a call with the head of sales, and he wanted to put his 10 reps for a high-performance coaching program. Why? Well, the surface-level logic was having his team perform and giving them the tools to win. As it dug deeper, more layers came out. The founder had put very aggressive revenue targets out and was putting pressure on him to grow 20% year after year. That was important for sure, but more importantly, he also wanted to max his bonus plan out because he wanted to propose to his girlfriend. And because she came from a well-off family, he always felt he needed to prove himself. He wanted to get her a really expensive ring. He also wanted him to perform to show the founder that he was a good hire and then would gain equity into the business, which would give him certainty in his financial future. And he knew he had to perform because he was scared of failing. So you can see all the emotions that came through when I started diving deeper beyond just the surface level, such as desire, greed, stats, approval, certainty, confidence, and more. So think about this the next time you're chatting with a prospect or multiple stakeholders. Are you just talking in features and benefits, or are you uncovering emotions upfront and leveraging that later in the conversation, pushing those emotional hot buttons? And you need both logic and emotion to move prospects towards action. And this is especially true, especially in a complex sales process with multiple stakeholders. I remember years ago, this is right after Tesla started having showrooms in the mall. I remember going to check it out and just looking at the Model S on the outside. It was black on black, shiny and sexy. And one of the associates came by and asked if I had any questions. And I just said, oh, no, I'm just looking. They look cool. He smiled and says, just hop in the driver's seat. Now, I had never been in Tesla before, so I got in. And I was immediately impressed. I'd never been inside anything like this before. Massive screen, no real buttons, just simple and clean. And he asked me, how do you feel? And I said, well, like I'm in the future. Like I'm literally sitting in the future like a badass. I still remember that feeling. Now it's a few years later. You know what's in my garage? A couple Teslas. And they definitely weren't cheap. And if you think about that, what am I actually buying? I'm buying emotions. I feel like I'm driving a rocket ship every single time I get behind the wheel. I feel like I'm in the future and it's awesome. And of course, I know I'm not driving a rocket ship or in the future, but emotionally, takes me there. I bought because of emotions, and then I justified the logic of saving money on gas and reducing my carbon footprint. So you have to understand that you can't just push product or service. You can't just push features and benefits. Think about the emotional hot buttons that you uncovered in the discovery process and be pushing that. Number 2, prospects buy to solve problems. They exchange money to buy their way out of a problem. For instance, people don't buy Tylenol, they buy headache relief. People don't buy a drill, they want a hole in the wall to hang a beautiful family portrait. Prospects don't buy a sales CRM, they want to stop losing deals and generate more revenue. Prospects don't buy a merchant processing service, they want to easily process profitable customer transactions to grow their business. So it's key to understand what is their exact big problem and how does your solution solve the big problem. The better you understand the marketplace and your customers, and the better you align your solution to solve their biggest problems, the more you'll actually sell. So if they have a cash flow problem, how can your solution lead to solving that? If they have a retention problem, how can your solution lead to solving that? If they have a profit problem, how can your solution lead to solving that? Number 3, facts tell, stories sell. People don't buy products and services, they buy stories. Look into the marketplace. Literally 99% of products out there are literally hundreds and thousands of choices. So how do you actually stand out? Stories. Here's a really simple example. At one point, I was selling something super commoditized. As uniform services to all types of industries. This was auto shops, manufacturing, bakeries, restaurants, hospitals, assisted living, etc. And they can buy this from Amazon, Walmart, Costco, direct suppliers, mom pop shops, direct competitors that provide service, etc. On top of that, we were 2 to 3 times more expensive than direct competition. And if they bought from places like Amazon, easily 50 to 100 times more expensive. So what helped me a crazy amount? Stories. After running a strong upfront process, I weave stories into the demo. I create a very specific case study of prospects in their exact industry with the exact heartburns, pains, concerns, and issues. I explain in visceral, emotional, logical detail so they felt like I was literally reading their mind. So what happened when I did that? My solution became 100 times more valuable because they felt like my solution directly aligned and solved their biggest problem, which it did. And my competitors, they're talking about facts and features, maybe even some benefits. So as a result, I outsold them. This is why even my own business, I have literally hundreds and hundreds of stories of successful students. Their stories and journey that they share will sell better than any marketing or sales collateral or any sales hack or tricks. So for you, ask yourself, what stories are you using? How deep and relevant are they for your customer? And how are you weaving them into your demo or presentation to emotionally sell them? The more they connect, the more influence they'll become. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. So don't try to sell the pen. Sell the emotions, the problems it solves, and the visceral stories behind it. If you'd like to hear the exact story how my client Joe made over $600,000 commissions alone in 10 months, I'll see you in the next video right here.